despite all of these public health and industry efforts, we're still seeing many people of all ages being exposed to these laundry detergent packets.
That's a doctor and a senior author of a new study that finds that, yes, Tide Pods are still a popular snack across our fair nation. This new study, published in Clinical Toxicology, was conducted by researchers with this institutional paragraph of the Center for Injury Research and Policy of the Abigail Wexner Research Institute at Nationwide Children's Hospital and the Central Ohio Poison Center. Whew! While they're certainly short on brevity, they're not short on research, which looked at laundry pod-related calls to poison control centers between 2014 and 2022. There's a little bit of good news here. The study finds an overall decline in the number, rate, and severity of exposures among kids younger than 6. Though over the past 3 years, poison centers still received more than 36,000 calls related to laundry pods, or about 1 call every 44 minutes. That's like a pizza delivery window. And as appetizing as botanical rain with Febreze odor eliminators might sound, yes, a lot of people are still eating these things.
Usually ends up in their mouths, and oftentimes if they bite down on it or it dissolves, that's how the detergent gets released.
Now, as the study points out, liquid laundry packets are actually more toxic than traditional liquid or powder detergents. And they're actually not sure why, and more research is required. But these researchers point to the fact that there's also more work to be done when it comes to getting clothing cleaner out of people's mouths. It turns out that exposures to liquid detergent packs have actually increased among older children and teens. The study notes social media challenges related to these pods, some of which died off a few years ago, though you can still find plenty of TikToks of people salivating over the notion of poisoning themselves, with video after video saying, yeah, I get why people eat these things, they look delicious.
I just want to eat one so bad.
But what's also alarming is there's been an increase in exposures among adults, and not just the ones getting drunk off these seaweed-based Glenlivet cocktail pods that bear quite the striking resemblance to those delectable Tide Pods TikTokers want to get their hands on.
Take a bite to release the delicious cocktail ingredients.
Anyway, the primary concern here is for older adults, particularly those with cognitive impairments like Alzheimer's, who may be mistaking these things for food. Over the course of the study, there were 9 deaths associated with the ingestion of these laundry packets, and of those, 7 fatalities were in people older than 70. Experts also note there's still room to improve the packaging for these things, like individually packaging up each separate pod as an added layer of protection.
I think also there's opportunity from an industry and policy perspective to really strengthen and shore up these product safety standards.
If you're caring for a young child or someone with something like dementia, it's suggested that you switch to traditional laundry products and keep them stored in their original containers as far out of reach as possible, perhaps near your liquor pods, which should already be top shelf.